World News is presented by KTEH Los Angeles. Funding for this presentation is made possible by the Freeman Foundation of New York, Stowe, Vermont, and Honolulu, Newman's Own Foundation, the John D. and Catherine T. MacArthur Foundation, and Union Bank.
Union Bank has put its financial strength to work for a wide range of companies, from small businesses to major corporations. What can we do for you?
And now, BBC World News.
Don't make mistakes over climate change forecasts again. The UN's Climate Science Panel is told to make fundamental reforms. Drilling work is due to begin on an escape tunnel as the trapped miners in Chile talk to their families for the first time in a month. Searching for survivors, aid agencies in Pakistan struggle to reach the victims of the floods. Welcome to BBC World News, broadcast to our viewers on PBS in America and also around the globe. Coming up later for you, the cricketing authorities try to limit the damage after allegations about a betting scam hit the team from Pakistan.
If these allegations are true, it is a big blow. It is probably the biggest blow to Pakistan cricket.
And grazing with the French grass guzzlers, the environmentally friendly sheep cleaning up the country's scrubland.
But before you go out and buy yourself one of these sheep, remember that little problem. They're very difficult to catch.
A review of the United Nations Panel on Climate Change says it needs to fundamentally reform to handle complex scientific assessments and to avoid mistakes. It follows the panel's controversial handling of a landmark study on global warming in 2007 and calls into question the role of the body's current chief. Here's Roger Harrabin.
Russia was burning this summer. Is extreme weather really on the increase? That's the sort of question the Intergovernmental Panel on Climate Change was set up to answer. It's been hugely influential, but following a blunder on glaciers, it's been under review. Today, the world's top science academies gave their verdict on the panel, known as the IPCC.
Trust is something you have to earn every year. You never build up trust, you just have trust, and you have to re-earn it all the time. And there's no question that IPCC's the trust in what they have to say was somewhat dented by all these controversies. We think that what we have recommended will help.
There were several reasons why the top scientists launched their review. First, the supposedly authoritative climate panel muddled the dates over when the Himalayan glaciers might melt. That was embarrassing. Then the sourcing of some reports to the climate panel was called into question. Some said it wasn't clear enough. Critics also accused the panel of not being open enough, not making space for people sceptical of climate risks. Today's report said the panel should be clearer about uncertainties on issues like how fast sea ice would melt, for instance. Some say reform must go even further.
Issues now raised by climate change mean that we need more than simply the IPCC. We need other forms of assessment with different actors and organisations playing a much bigger part than simply the scientific experts.
The panel's a high-profile organisation, though. Its chair, Rajendra Pachauri, accepted the Nobel Peace Prize with Al Gore for drawing attention to the climate threat. His job is now at risk. Today, he was fighting back.
Science has confirmed that climate change is real. And the more scientific information we have, the better we can design our actions.
And the panel will continue as long as governments fear that our pollution is changing the climate. Roger Harrabin, BBC News.
Engineers in Chile are due to begin drilling a 700-metre-long shaft to rescue 33 miners trapped underground. Last night, the miners were allowed to speak to their relatives by phone for the first time. James Reynolds now reports from the mine in Chile.
The final piece of the drill hasn't yet arrived, but this afternoon we found plenty of activity around the site of the main rescue shaft. Engineers are getting ready to start the digging. The miners are trapped almost half a mile beneath this desert hill. And this is pretty much solid rock. This is what the drill behind me is going to have to dig through. And this is why the rescue may take such a long time. The current plan is to dig straight down to the miners' shelter. That means cutting a hole about 26 inches wide, roughly the size of a bicycle wheel, more than 2,300 feet through rock. Engineers hope that they can drill as much as 66 feet per day. But the drill will have to stop for maintenance. And the government warns that it may take 3 or 4 months to reach the miners. And here are the men in their refuge. The miners